In the wild, tranquility can vanish in a heartbeat. A slight movement, a closing gap, or a momentary lapse in vigilance is all it takes to spark a tense confrontation. The predator lies in wait while the prey fights for survival, and the balance of advantage can shift in an instant. When the decisive moment arrives, which instinct will prevail? Across the savannas, dry grasslands, and sparse scrublands of sub-Saharan Africa, warthogs typically forage near open areas with good visibility and access to water. Their ability to detect danger early allows them to make a quick escape when necessary. Yet at a shallow waterhole, one warthog remains unaware of the movement silently closing in around it. These movements come from a pack of wild dogs tightening their circle. They wait patiently for the warthog to spot them before surging onto the bank, shifting direction and pressing in close. Within seconds, the escape attempt turns into a high-speed chase, driving the prey into a narrow gap. In that confined space, the warthog accelerates across the dry ground, but cannot outmaneuver the coordinated pack. The hunt ends in their favor. The prey becomes a nutrient-rich meal, helping the pack rapidly replenish the energy expended during the chase. Across the savannas and open woodlands of sub-Saharan Africa, wild dogs live in packs and roam vast territories in search of food. Their communal lifestyle allows multiple individuals to keep watch and react swiftly to danger. During one such excursion, the pack suddenly spotted a leopard approaching their territory. This discovery instantly altered the pack's movement. Some dogs fanned out to the flanks while those at the rear accelerated, gradually cutting off the leopard's escape route. As the gap closed, the pack swarmed in unison, forcing their adversary to constantly change direction in a desperate bid to break free. Under mounting pressure, the leopard spotted a gap leading into dense cover and instantly burst through the encircling dogs. The pack gave chase for a short distance before halting once their rival had moved well away from the area. The confrontation concluded with the advantage going to collective strength as observation, strategy, and coordination enabled the pack to control the situation. During the Great Migration in East Africa, millions of wildebeest leave the grasslands in search of fresh pasture and seasonal water sources. This journey, spanning hundreds of miles, often forces them to cross major rivers. On land, speed is a crucial advantage, but as the herd enters the water, that dynamic shifts. This change creates an opportunity for the crocodile, which lies submerged with almost its entire body hidden beneath the surface. With its eyes and nostrils positioned high on its head, it can observe its surroundings while keeping the bulk of its body concealed below. The crocodile patiently waits for an individual to lose its rhythm in the current before silently closing the distance. The gap narrows rapidly, leaving the wildebeest little room to maneuver or change direction. In the water, its acceleration is significantly reduced compared to on the open plains. The crocodile exploits the environmental advantage to secure its prey and successfully conclude the hunt, while the rest of the herd continues its river crossing. As the wildebeest herd moves on, the river returns to its natural flow. The hunt demonstrates how advantages in the wild can shift when the environment changes from land to water. For the crocodile, the ability to remain hidden, exercise patience, and strike at the perfect moment transforms a fleeting opportunity into a vital source of protein and energy. Amidst the throng of animals, the crocodile keeps its distance, observing the individuals swimming past. It does not attack immediately, but waits for a young zebra to lag behind before silently altering its course to close the gap. Once within striking range, the crocodile suddenly accelerates, leaving the youngster with almost no time to escape the danger zone. The zebra struggles toward the bank, but in the water, it cannot match the speed it possesses on the open plains. The crocodile secures its prey and successfully concludes the hunt, while the rest of the herd continues across the river. This encounter demonstrates how the aquatic environment enables the crocodile to turn patience and strategic target selection into a decisive advantage. Across the savannas and scrublands of East and Southern Africa, impalas typically inhabit areas near grasslands and water sources. Their wide field of vision, speed, and agility allow them to detect danger and react instantly. However, on this occasion, one individual ventured too close to a patch of low-lying vegetation where a leopard had been silently lying in wait from above. From its vantage point, the leopard patiently gauged the distance, waiting for the prey to take a few more steps. When the moment was right, it launched a sudden attack, forcing the impala to instantly accelerate and change direction in a desperate bid to escape. This frantic reaction escalated the confrontation into a moment of intense suspense. During those tense seconds, the impala struggled to put distance between itself and the predator, but the leopard maintained the advantage gained from its initial strike. The hunt concluded with the predator emerging victorious. The prey became a source of protein, helping to sustain the leopard's energy and maintain the natural balance of the ecosystem. In sub-Saharan Africa, the leopard adapts to a wide range of environments, from savannas and open woodlands to dense, scrubby terrain. Its ability to remain concealed allows it to approach prey largely undetected. Near an open patch of ground, a warthog is foraging, while a leopard has already begun plotting its approach. From a low vantage point within the brush, the leopard tracks the warthog's movements, gauges the distance, and slowly creeps closer. It waits for the warthog to turn away from the danger zone before suddenly accelerating. The prey immediately bolts, constantly changing direction and trying to put distance between itself and the predator, turning the chase into a high-stakes pursuit. The warthog puts up a fierce fight, but is ultimately subdued by the leopard. The hunt demonstrates that speed is not the only factor determining success. The ability to stay hidden, conserve energy, judge distance, and strike at the perfect moment enables the leopard to hunt effectively across diverse landscape. On a Serengeti afternoon, a herd of zebras moves slowly across the open grasslands in search of food and water. Their wide field of vision allows them to spot danger early and accelerate quickly when necessary. Yet, hidden behind the tall grass, lionesses are already silently tracking gaps in the herd's formation. These gaps quickly become the focus of the lion's calculations. Some position themselves ahead, while others flank the herd to constrict its movement. When one individual lags behind and drifts slightly away from the group, the stealthy stalk instantly shifts into a high-pressure attack. Pressure from multiple directions forces the zebra to constantly change course in search of an escape route. However, a lioness closes the distance, and the other pride members quickly coordinate to assist. The hunt ends in victory for the lions, concluding the tense chase across the savannah. After the chase, quiet returns to the landscape. Patience, strategic positioning, and teamwork enable the lions to strike at the perfect moment. The prey then becomes a source of protein and energy for many members of the pride. Across the savannas and dry grasslands of sub-Saharan Africa, spotted hyenas often live in clans centered around food sources. The bonds between clan members allow them to keep watch and support one another when facing rivals. However, while the clan was gathered around their food, a male lion began silently stalking them from a distance. From his vantage point, the lion patiently calculated his move and selected an individual that had strayed from the group, closing the distance between them. When the opportunity arose, he suddenly accelerated, bearing down on the hyena before the rest of the clan could scatter. This attack immediately drew the entire clan back into the confrontation. The return of the clan quickly shifted the tide of the battle. Multiple hyenas closed in from various directions, forcing the lion to turn and defend himself, thereby easing the pressure on the hyena he had pinned down. Once that hyena escaped, the lion's advantage began to vanish. With his advantage lost, the male lion voluntarily withdrew from the area. The hyena clan quickly regrouped around their food. The encounter demonstrated that while individual strength can secure an initial advantage, the ability to coordinate and support one another is what ultimately enables the hyena clan to hold its ground. Every confrontation demonstrates that strength never stands alone. Powers of observation, calculation, ambush tactics, speed and coordination can all determine the outcome in mere seconds. Predators require energy to survive, while prey must constantly adapt to stay alive. In the natural world, the advantage belongs to those who employ the right abilities at the right moment. In the savannah, keeping prey under control is sometimes even harder than hunting it. The scent of food can quickly attract opportunists from across the savannah, turning an initial advantage into a tense confrontation. Hyenas constantly exert pressure with numbers and persistence, forcing their rivals to make choices in a very short time. Who will be the one to leave, and who will gain control of the lead? Rhinos primarily inhabit savannas, grasslands and scrublands, often appearing near water sources and muddy areas. White rhinos prefer open spaces, move in small groups, and maintain vigilance while foraging. Open environments allow for early detection of movement and adjustment of direction. Their reliance on water and mud restricts their migration routes, creating vulnerable areas prone to stress. Under those conditions, on the edge of the grassland, the hyena pack spotted a rhino separated from the herd and immediately began to pressure it. They didn't approach directly, but instead took turns in short bursts, forcing the rhino to constantly change direction. The rhythm of movement was disrupted. Reactions changed constantly, and direction became unstable. When the pressure was repeated in bursts, the rhino was forced to accelerate and leave the area. The hyena pack pursued for a short distance before stopping when the target left the territory. The hyenas prevailed as they forced their opponent to abandon its position without a direct confrontation. Along the dry Namibia-Botswana savanna, in the expansive Serengeti-Maasai Mara grasslands, zebras live in large herds and move constantly in search of food. The open space allows them to observe from a distance and react quickly to surrounding movements. In areas with sparse vegetation or low terrain, visibility remains stable. When their movements become unsynchronized, warning signals from the environment diminish, increasing the risk of approaching undetected. Right at the edge of the forest trail, the hyena pack spotted a zebra grazing and quickly shifted their target. Without stopping, they adjusted their pace to force the prey into an early acceleration phase. As the pace slowed, the entire pack simultaneously accelerated from multiple directions, engaging in a direct chase. The sustained pressure caused the prey to gradually slow down and react less quickly. The hyena pack maintained a rhythm that gradually narrowed the safe zone. When the prey could no longer maintain its speed, it was subdued and the hunt ended. With the hyenas winning, when forced to accelerate too early, the prey's advantage is almost immediately lost. In East Africa, on the Serengeti Masai Mara grasslands, wildebeest live in a vast and open environment. Each year, more than 1.5 million wildebeest migrate with the rains in search of tender grass, creating a continuous migration across the savannah. While in a herd, they maintain a steady rhythm of movement and observe in many directions. But when separated, this rhythm is disrupted, causing a significant decrease in their reaction time. In the middle of the savannah, a pack of hyenas stalks a stray wildebeest from behind, maintaining a steady pace without rushing to close. They take turns leading, forcing the wildebeest to deviate from its safe path and sustaining its acceleration. As they get closer, the pursuit shifts to direct pursuit. The prolonged chase causes the wildebeest to gradually lose its balance, each change of direction reducing its speed. The hyenas maintain their pursuit, gradually closing the safe distance. When the wildebeest can no longer maintain its speed, it is overpowered and unable to move further, becoming a food source for the pack. Throughout the entire process, the outcome is determined by the ebb and flow of the pack. When the rhythm is broken, the safe distance is no longer maintained. The accumulated pressure over time changes the situation. When the speed drops below the necessary level, the outcome is almost irreversible. The shallow waters along the Nile River, lakes, and swamps of Africa are where crocodiles bask in the sun and observe their surroundings. The water's edge becomes a mandatory line of sight, forcing prey to approach to drink. The muddy bottom and shallow banks provide good visibility but limit maneuverability. When on land, reaction speed decreases. So dealing with a crocodile depends heavily on the approach direction and reaction distance. On the dry grass near the riverbank, a pack of hyenas hunting for prey quickly spotted a crocodile holding the remaining food. Instead of staying in one position, they circled around, constantly closing in to disrupt the crocodile's reaction. Each time the crocodile turned, others immediately advanced from the opposite side, disrupting its response. Under this relentless harassment, the crocodile was forced to retreat to maintain its advantage. The hyenas maintained pressure until their target left the land area. As soon as a gap opened, they quickly seized the food, shifting access to the hyenas. Once pulled out of the water, the crocodile's advantage diminished significantly. The outcome became almost inevitable. In the savannas, grasslands, and open woodlands, African wild dogs move in packs in wide, open spaces, observing far and reacting quickly. In the Serengeti, they maintain pursuits for miles with a steady pace and close coordination. Their direction of movement is constantly adjusted according to the situation. In open spaces, their direction of movement is easily predictable, meaning even the slightest change can be exploited. It was this shift, near the water's edge, that brought a hyena face to face with the approaching pack of wild dogs. Immediately afterward, the pack fanned out in multiple directions, closing in and maintaining constant pressure. The hyena held its position, turning in each direction of the approach and observing the timing of its reaction. As the pressure intensified, the hyena maintained control and reacted quickly at close range. The pace of approach increased and then decreased in short bursts. When a gap appeared, it cut through the encirclement and moved down to the water's edge. Faced with unfavorable conditions, the pack of wild dogs slowed down and stopped approaching, the outcome favoring the hyena. In direct confrontations, the decisive factor is maintaining stability and minimizing errors. When pressure is not sustained, the advantage of the attacking side diminishes. Precise reactions help maintain balance. When neither side gains a clear advantage, the confrontation ends. At the familiar waterholes of the Serengeti, where prey is bound to appear, a small deviation in control can change the entire situation. The male, weighing around 180 to 250 kilograms, has strong shoulders and neck, suitable for short, close-range attacks. It observes carefully before acting and maintains its position to choose the right moment. Near waterholes, the direction of movement becomes predictable, reducing control of the area and creating favorable conditions for close-range attacks. From that open space, amidst the arid savannah, the hyena pack spotted the lioness and observed her from a safe distance. They spread out, gradually blocking her escape routes. As the distance shortened, the pack accelerated from multiple directions, closing the encirclement and forcing the lioness to stand up and defend herself. In the confrontation phase, pressure increased rapidly. The lioness constantly shifted her position, while the hyena pack took turns closing in and controlling her escape route. space narrowed, and escape routes were blocked. When the risk increased, the lioness broke through the encirclement and left the area, the outcome favoring the hyena pack. In the final phase, the advantage belonged to the side controlling the pace and timing. The lioness stayed safe by retreating at the right moment. The hyena pack maintained pressure through coordination. On the savannah, a small misstep in timing can reverse the advantage in seconds. Leopards are widely distributed throughout Africa, found in savannas, open forests, and even semi-deserts, adapting well to a variety of conditions. In the Serengeti, they often climb trees to rest to avoid lions and hyenas. Their agile movement allows them to adjust their tactics according to each opponent. Close to the ground when handling prey, safety decreases significantly, and the risk of being caught increases. In the middle of a quiet grassland, two hyenas spotted a leopard near its prey and began to press forward. They maintained their distance, splitting their movements to block its return. At the right moment, both accelerated simultaneously, forcing the leopard to leave its position and switch to a defensive stance. Immediately, the leopard abandoned its prey and retreated to a nearby tree to maintain its observation range. One hyena remained to control the carcass, while the other maintained pressure, preventing it from returning. The opportunity faded. The leopard retreated further, and the outcome shifted in favor of the hyenas as they secured the entire food source. In this type of competition, the focus is on controlling the resource. If one side leaves its position, the access immediately changes. A brief but well-timed coordination creates a clear advantage. Failure to maintain the initial position quickly ends the situation. Each contest reflects how hyenas turn pressure into advantage. Instead of charging in with sheer brute force, they utilize coordination, persistence, and the ability to control the pace to force their opponents to yield. When distance, terrain, or timing change, the advantage can shift in an instant. This is the harsh rule that determines the outcome of confrontations on the savannah.